Welcome into Rogue Football. I'm your host, Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for tuning in here today. Right now, we have got my edge rankings for the 2024 NFL draft class. Going through the top 12 prospects on my board. I've gone through about 20 edge rushers so far, so I feel pretty confident that these are going to be the top guys for me when all is said and done. Obviously, things can change. We've still got a little bit less than a month till the draft, but we're going to dive into these edge rankings here. If you've been enjoying the content on the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll kick it off at number 12 here and work our way towards number 1. At 12, Austin Booker out of Kansas. This is a player who, A, he needs mass on his frame. Like, he is too small to go out there and compete right now, in my opinion. B, didn't test as well at the combine as I expected based on the flashes on tape and based on what you saw at the Senior Bowl. But getting into the flashes on tape and the Senior Bowl performance, I think that Austin Booker has all the physical traits you need to become a dynamic pass rusher in the NFL if he can add that mass to his frame. Can he? Will he? We're going to find out. But I think that Austin Booker he showed a variety of pass rush moves. He has really long arms as well. And I just think that he has a unique skill set to become a dynamic pass rusher. But there's a lot of work to be done to get there, in my opinion, which is why he's at 12 overall for me. At 11, Jonah Elliss. Unlike Austin Booker, he's ready to go. Coming off injury, but a guy that is a dynamic pass rusher right now. He's not the bendiest guy ever. He's not got the longest arms. I don't think he's ever going to be an impact defender in terms of stopping the run. But when you talk about a designated pass rusher ready to go in year 1, I think Jonah Elliss certainly has the ability to do that. Come in as an edge 3, a guy that you want on the field on third down to get pressure on the quarterback and bring the quarterback to the ground. Jonah Elliss has a variety of pass rush moves, can get after it in a big way. At number 10, Chris Braswell. This might be a little low compared to where some folks have him. I still have him in that second round range though, which means I like this class a lot, right? If I've got 10 prospects at edge that I think could go in the second round or earlier, that means this is a quality class. Might not have the Will Anderson in this class, but this is a really good class. Chris Braswell out of Alabama, former teammate of Will Anderson. This is a prospect that for me, he does a lot of things well. I think that he is explosive off the ball. I think he has some shock value to his hands. I don't see a huge bag of pass rush moves right now. I don't see an arsenal, but a guy who has the baseline physical traits, the athleticism to, in my opinion, at very worst be an edge 3 in the NFL, but probably can be a quality edge 2 with a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of NFL coaching, again, because he has the requisite length, he has the requisite size, power, athleticism. You just haven't seen it all come together yet. Part of that is because he didn't get a lot of reps until this year, right? He had been playing behind Dallas Turner, who was playing behind Will Anderson. They've had a lot of talented edges come through Alabama. So I think that the arrow is pointing up for Chris Braswell. At number 9, Mo Kamara out of Colorado State. This is a guy doesn't have the best length in the world, but everything else you could want from a pass rusher, in my opinion, Mo Kamara brings to the table. Lightning quick off the line of scrimmage, very good natural leverage. He's able to get up into the chest plate of offensive tackles. He can win on the outside arc. He's got some bend, some ankle flexion to him. He can win through you, and he's got a bunch of counters like the hands never stop moving. He can get you on an inside spin, outside spin, ghost move. It's all there for Muhammad Kamara. Again, a very good athlete overall, very fluid, and you can also see him move around the defensive front in pass rushing situations and rush head up over a guard or a center standing up and be able to create penetration. A guy that knows what to do when he gets to the football. He comes with bad intentions. I just love Mo Kamara's game. And yeah, he's probably a designated pass rusher in year 1, but a guy who I think can be a 3-4 starting outside linebacker for a long time in the NFL. At number 8, I have Braylon Trice out of Washington, a guy who has had a weird, pre-draft lead up, came into the combine super light, then didn't test very well. I'm just going to choose to ignore that and follow what the tape tells me about Braylon Trice, which is a guy who just weaponizes his hands at a high level. He's got good size, at least it looked like he did on tape. I don't necessarily think he's going to be a high impact run defender, but someone who just weaponizes those hands, like I said, and knows how to get to the quarterback. He can win on the outside arc. He can win through you. He can win inside, and the hands never stop moving. Similar to Mo Kamara, Braylon Trice just uses those hands so well. I think he's going to be like a quality edge 2 in the NFL. Adisa Isaac, this is a prospect who is a very good run defender. Like, he's only playing at about 250, but he's got very good length, 34-inch arms, and he just knows how to play the run, right? He gets his hands inside, he can lock you out, and that's what you saw him do a ton at Penn State, is be their really good run defending edge player, opposite Chop Robinson. But what you've seen in flashes on tape and then at the Senior Bowl is that he has a budding pass rush skill set. And I'm betting on that pass rush skill set ascending here. I think that he has the ability to be a 3-down edge player who you do not want to take off the field. He plays with an extremely high motor. Again, guys that have his type of physical ability and they play the run as well as he does, you want to sign up for them all day. I think that he can win on the outside arc. He has the bend, the length, the flexibility to win on the outside arc, and I think he can continue to develop that pass rush skill set. At the Senior Bowl, guys like Kingsley Suamataia, even Talise Fuaga, they were having a lot of trouble trying to keep up with Adisa Isaac in one-on-one drills and in the team portion of practice. And then you see those flashes on tape as well. So Adisa Isaac, I'm going to bet on him in the second round for sure. At number 6, Darius Robinson. This is a prospect that, is he an edge? Is he an interior defender? I think the answer is yes. He can be both for you. I think you play him in base on the edge as a run defender, guy who has extremely long arms, great power out there, explosive throughout his frame, knows how to use his hands really well. Like, he can hit that swim move like no other, and it's hard to stop because at his size, with his explosiveness, with his length, there's just not many people that can move the way he does and have the length that he does. So you have him out there on the edge, certainly in base, and then you can move him around the formation in clear pass rushing situations. I think he's going to be a lot for NFL guards and centers to handle trying to rush the passer from the interior. At 5 overall, I have Marshon Neal out of Western Michigan. This is a unique build for an edge rusher, right? He's a little bit shorter at 6'3", but he has 34.5-inch arms. He is pretty explosive, 4.75, 40, 35.5-inch vert, and that's at 267 pounds. I think he plays about 270, but this is a guy that has unbelievable quickness and agility at his size. And it allows him to track down ball carriers, track down the quarterback. Like, you see retreating quarterbacks trying to evade him. It's not happening because his quickness, agility, change of direction, he's going to get to you. And when he gets to the football, he has bad intentions. With that big 270-pound frame, with those 34-inch arms, he knows what to do when he gets there. He can strip the football. He can make you feel his impact. This is the type of player that I think is going to be a starting edge. Is he going to be an edge 1 or an edge 2? I'm not sure, which is why I have him as an early second-round grade here. But a player that I think the ceiling is way, way higher than what you've seen so far at Western Michigan. I really love the tape that he has and the physical ability. At number 4, this is where it starts to get really interesting for y'all. I have Dallas Turner at number 4, and I am fully aware that he has the ceiling, the potential to be the number 1 defensive player in this class. But right now, he's not there. And the 3 guys I have in front of him, I just feel more confident and stable with the projection. Dallas Turner, while he has just insane athletic traits, literally insane, I don't see a refined pass rush skill set right now. I don't see a guy that's like 260 pounds. Like, he's under 250 pounds. To me, he's a 3-4 outside linebacker who does have crazy length, crazy athletic ability, good strength at his size, right? But I want to see more before I can put him in front of some of these other guys. I know that the flashes of the pass rush skill set are there. I know that you see the athleticism, you see the ability to set the edge. I want to see all those things more consistently from Dallas Turner because I just haven't seen that at this point. And these 3 guys ahead of him, they have a trait or 2 that just edges him out, in my opinion. And at number 3, I do have Chop Robinson, and I know he is a designated pass rusher in year 1, but I think he can be a long-term starting out 3-4 outside linebacker. I think that is the perfect role for him. And including Dallas Turner, there is no one in this class that explodes off the line of scrimmage and towards the top of the arc like Chop Robinson. There is no one that bends at the top of the arc at full speed like Chop Robinson. And this is a guy you talk about, oh, he doesn't have any production. Look at his pass rush win rate. He is always in the backfield on true pass rush sets. And this is a guy that you saw teams literally stop trying to throw the football on Penn State's defense because of Chop Robinson, because they could not block him. He can win on the outside arc. He can win through you. He can certainly cross the face and get inside. You've seen him rush over guards and centers as well, standing up. I think Chop Robinson at over 250 pounds, he doesn't have the greatest length in the world, but I just think he's too much of a flash, and he has a more advanced pass rush skill set than given credit for. People say, oh, he just wins with his explosiveness and speed off the edge. That's not the case. He knows how to use his hands, and I think that he has the potential to be like a 15 to 20 sack guy in the NFL. And I think at his floor, he's probably going to be flirting with 10 sacks every single year as a designated pass rusher. Giving me that, mid to late first round, I'm all over that. I love that for Chop Robinson. At number 2, I do have Leulu Latu, a guy who the NFL draft process, we thought maybe it would not be as friendly to him as it has been, but you saw him go out there and test very well at the combine, look like one of the most fluid players, regardless of position. Leulu Latu, he is the most advanced pass rusher in this class. His hands are unbelievable. His flexibility is underrated. His athleticism is underrated. This is a prospect that, as long as he passes the medicals for you, because he did have to medically retire prior to heading to UCLA, last 2 years, he's been healthy for the UCLA Bruins as he has been on a warpath, wreaking havoc in the backfield against opposing quarterbacks. And I think he can defend the run. I think he can weaponize those hands against the run as well. But you talk about a guy who I think is going to be in the double-digit sack range every single year from year one. He's ready to go right now. One of the most advanced pass rushers I've seen just from a technical standpoint entering the league in a long time. So I love Leulu Latu. I think he should be a first-round pick. And then at number 1 overall, Jared Verse. There is just no one in this class that has the same level of explosiveness off the ball, power to rush through you. He has developed some hand counters. He's a great run defender as well, in my opinion. I think that he's going to be just a power merchant. And for some players that doesn't work. I think it will work for him because he's going to be playing around 260. He's got long arms. He has incredible explosiveness off the line. I mean, that's evidenced in his 40-yard dash. At his size, he ran sub 4.6. Like, he's insane. And he's been incredibly productive over the last several years, at Albany and then transferring to Florida State. I just love his game, the power that he provides, the intensity that he plays with on every single down. I think that when he's asked to rush the passer, he's going to be able to do that at a high level as a power guy that can also use his hands technically, but then also set the edge and play the run at an extremely high level. So I think he's the most complete projection in terms of being able to both play the run and the pass very well. He's not going to be the bendiest edge. He's not going to win around the outside arc all the time, but I would not bet against Jared Verse in this draft class. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Would love to know what you think about these edge rankings. Drop your comments, drop your feedback in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all have a good one.